Yo, if it's your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today we're going to be running over the Deltahub Carpio, as you might see in the title. I'm going to run over what it is, what it's for, why you should buy one, what it looks like, where you can get it from, and so on. So just as a little side note, I reached out to them and said, look, I'm looking to look at one of your products. I'm going to buy it anyway, so I'm looking to review it. Is there anything you could do with helping me? As you know, if you've seen any of my other videos, I like to do this and reach out for discount codes and so on, because why not? I'm going to review it anyway. So they were so nice and they sent me out along with a mouse mat. So they did send it out to me for nothing, which is amazing of them. But I did say in the messages, as usual, that I will give it as honest and brutal feedback as I think is necessary. But anyway, so we passed 500 subscribers, which is amazing. So I guess the next step is to 1,000, I suppose. So don't forget to click that sub button if you do enjoy my content. Have a look around at all the types of reviews I do, and types of videos. If you do like it, don't forget to click the sub button, like, leave a comment on what you think of the Carpio, especially if you do have one, and let's chat. Let's get to it. So first of all, for this one, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I've never really done a proper unboxing as such with a top-down camera, so we're going to go through that first to show you what they've sent me and what it looks like. So let's go. So here it is, my little package from Carpio. The box is quite funny. They're really, as you can tell, kind of young, fun company. You've been expecting me. I was waiting a little while for it to be expected, given COVID and everything. The box is quite cool. Deltahub, follow us on everything. I don't know if you can see that. Highly useful product in the box. Nice. Anyway, let's get this open. Oh, so here is what we have for review, is the ergonomic wrist rest. What have we got written on here? Created with physicians, reduces extension, moves freely, minimalistic design, portable size. Nice, cool little box. It looks like they've also sent me a nice, cool desk pad, which is lovely because I didn't ask for that. As for the Deltahub itself, Carpio, be careful with knives, folks. Oh, comes in a nice little carry case. Welcome to the fam. We hope your wrist loves your new Carpio and we'd love to see it on your desk. Snap a pic and tag us on Instagram. Of course I will, Deltahub. Fancy little carry case, which is quite nice. Let's have a look. There she is. Nice little grey number, quite sleek. Fast little feet underneath it. Don't know whether I'll use the little carry case, but it's still quite cool. Isn't it? Nice. This little section in the box. We hope it goes without saying that everyone at Deltahub has really enjoyed creating your package. Your name is forever etched into our favourite people's list, right next to Morgan Freeman and Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, DiCaprio. DiCaprio. Funny. I like it. I like it. I like it. Let's have a little look at this desk pad. What have we got? Minimalist desk felt pad. Ooh, it's an interesting material. Oh, it's got nice little dots on the bottom of it. Looks like super grippy. I can see my cat hair getting all over this. So then I guess we will deal with this later. I don't know if I need to use this mouse mat to be better with this Carpio. I doubt it. But we shall see. So what is this thing, you ask? So this is a wrist rest that is designed to help people with wrist pain, things like carpal tunnel syndrome. In general, if you're working from home all the time and you're sitting on a computer, even working in an office, if you're on a mouse, you can sometimes get some type of wrist pain and hand pain. Carpal tunnel syndrome is a real issue, and what this is designed to do is to help with the flexion on your wrist, take some of the pressure off of here when you're sitting for long periods of time, to help you out and stop hand pain and wrist pain on your mouse hand. It comes in a grey version and a white version so far, with a black bottom underneath, and the little pads on the top are two different colours. So the materials that this is built from, it's kind of a foamy top, but you can see it comes away from here, and this is, it's not soft, but it's malleable, and this plate on the bottom is quite solid. So these parts do come away. I'm not really sure why these sections come away from this, but it does anyway. But that's the kind of material. It's super small, but it comes in a larger version and a small version. Like I mentioned in the Razor Wolverine one, I have absolutely massive hands, so I went straight with a large and it fits perfectly. Pick it up for around 26 quid. Don't know what that is in USD, maybe 30 something ish. And the reason for me specifically wanting this is, so over the years I've been a drummer, I have done MMA for quite a while, I've been a heavy gamer, so on and so forth. So I've started to develop some slight early signs of arthritis in my hand. And so when I saw something that flashed up as an ad on my Instagram that was something to help hands for when you're sitting for a long period of time, it was right up my street. So that's why I figured let's pick one up and see if it helps. And just before I even get into any of the pros and cons of the thing, I just want to say it's made a massive difference to me in general. I did that unboxing when I got it maybe a month ago, so I've been using it daily for productivity through work and for gaming as well, which we'll get into in a little bit of time. But I've been using it for both, and what a difference it's made to my hands. I swear to God, it's amazing. Like, this isn't me bumming them up. If it was shit, I'd be telling them that it was shit. But for this, it's made such a difference to any type of wrist pain or hand pain that I get. Obviously, it doesn't alleviate it all because it's not a magic device, but what a difference it has made to me in general. So we'll go through some of the pros first. So the pros, the first one is obvious. It's going to help with your hand pain, and that's what it's designed for, to assist with carpal tunnel syndrome symptoms and to also help with things like, in my case, for arthritic symptoms, I suppose, as well as general fatigue on your wrist when you're sitting for long periods of time, which is super important because you need to look after it, especially if you want to game till you're 150 years old. So outside of the obvious workplace and office and gaming health benefits, it looks pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like, I think it looks pretty nice in the setup. As you can see here, I'm doing a little bit of video on it. It looks nice on the setup. If you're somebody who just wants a wrist rest in general for whatever reason, then it's not one that's going to sit static, which I think is great. Third thing is it moves. So this one isn't a static mouse rest. It will be able to move around with you on the desk. Pros of it is fast. It could maybe do with slightly faster feet, but I can kind of deal with it as it is. But it moves with your hand, and it's very quick, fast, and tactile. Now, Random Frank P says you can't use it for gaming, and or you shouldn't use it for gaming. I think he says you can, but maybe you can't. But anyway, I kind of disagree with this. So I've been using it for Valheim, kind of on and off using it for Warzone, and the reason is I'm now moving across to keyboard and mouse using the Tartarus, which I'll review shortly, and the mouse as well, and I think it's fine. So I'm not really the master of this to be able to comment on whether it's the same, because I'm no amazing with it yet, but for me it's completely fine to use, and if I am gaming for massive periods of time, I still want to have that there. So for me, it's fine, especially if you've got a super light mouse like the Roccat Burst Pro. The next thing is, I mean, this is a kind of, not smallish, they're getting much bigger. A really cool brand and company to be part of, and they're doing something that really matters. And if you're like me or you, I would imagine you watching this and you buy a whole bunch of tech in general. It's nice to be part of like a little kind of group like that. You're gonna spend all your money on tech anyway, so this being another little gadget that you can have on your desk, probably just a cool kind of thing to have to pay into, to buy into. Company are nice, the branding, as you can see on the box in the unboxing, they're just a very young, kind of suave company, and they do cool stuff. So as for the cons, because it's only fair to do both, at the start it takes quite a bit of getting used to it, and I can't lie about that. If you look at the Google reviews or you look at the reviews on the website, it's exactly the same. It takes quite a long time to get used to it. There's mainly the two things getting used to is one, your hand placement on the mouse, because if you're moving off to type and then you move back on, sometimes it can take a little bit of getting used to it to find it straight away. However, because of the contours on it, you kind of naturally fall into it. It's just where it feels most comfortable and you know where to kind of put your thing on it. The second thing is it also takes a bit of getting used to, just in general, with the way that it feels. It's not that it's painful at first, it's just kind of confusing, because if you've used a mouse for loads and loads of years, it just feels really different. So that does take a little bit of getting used to. And everybody does say that, but after a few days, you'll never notice, and honestly, I can say that you'll probably not want to go back to not using it in general. Now, the next con is a weird one. Where's the black version? I want a black version of this. Right, that's all I have to say. There's a grey one, there's a white one. Make a black one. Why would you make a black one? Give me a black one, thank you. The next con is there's not a left-handed version yet, which, if you follow the guys on socials, you'll see that there's a lot of people screaming for a left-handed version, and I think there is kind of things to say that it's coming. Maybe I'm wrong, don't quote me on that, but there isn't currently a left-handed version, so you can only use it with your right hand, unfortunately. And the last one is, for me, if you are a sweaty guy, it can sometimes get a little bit stuck when you move your hand off, and so it needs to sit in a kind of place. The mouse is here, Carpio sits here, and you place it on top. If you move it and it sticks, it'll kind of jut along, but then I've found that you can actually make a workaround that wherever it lands, you just place your hand, the base of your hand on the Carpio first, and then move it towards the mouse, so you can get around it. But at the start, you're like, why is it sticking to my hand and throwing it across the fucking room? You know what I mean? So that's kind of the end of the cons. Some of them aren't even cons because they're cons that disappear, and hopefully the black one and the left-handed version comes anyway. However, to sum up, is it worth the cash? For sure. If you have any issues with hand pain or wrist pain or carpal tunnel or whatever, go ahead and buy one straight away, I would say. 26 quid plus shipping. I'm assuming if you're somebody who cares about your health and posture and bone whatever, then you might have a good chair. Like me, you may wear blue light specs. So if you do, why not take care of something like your wrist as well? It's important for guys like us that are spending, guys and girls for us that are spending so much time at a computer, that if you want to do that for longevity, make sure that you pay attention to all the different sections of your health. So anyway, I'll leave a link to the description down below. I don't have any type of discount code or anything like that. I just have the link for it. So from me, I would say yes, it's 100% worth a buy, and just go for it, that's all. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you got some information from this, whether you were thinking about buying it or you already have one. Any of that kind of stuff, just leave a comment. I'll get back to all my comments. You can have a discussion about it if you've got any other questions. But if you did enjoy, don't forget to click that sub button, have a look around, like whatever you want to do, and I'll see you in the next video.